Hey, what up, everybody? Stevie Breech coming to you. In this video, I just want to be talking about the mix-up of the mid-card of Monday Night Raw. Basically, John Morrison went down with his neck problem. He had some surgeries to get all fixed up, but he's going to be out of commission for a few months. And basically, this is breaking up the one feud that I really, really wanted to see on Monday Night Raw. Basically, I've already, came out and said that The Miz and John Cena. I think everybody knows that The Miz is not going to win. He's not going to win the title at Over the Limit from John Cena. I don't see any way that The Miz is going to make John Cena make him submit or make him tap out. There's bigger and badder guys that have fought John Cena and haven't been able to do it. But the one feud that I was really looking for was Alberto Del Rio going up against Rey Mysterio. I think this is a WrestleMania caliber match. I think this is a feud that a lot of people want to see and know that it's going to deliver. I mean, the only way that this match could not be 100% is if these guys go out and try to do too much, maybe overwork it. But I think if they just worked their normal style, I think this would really deliver. I honestly was thinking this is a match they were setting up for WrestleMania in the future, like maybe next year. But for them to give this to us on a Over the Limit pay-per-view, I think it would be great, and more than likely it would probably steal the card from everybody else. Basically, with Morrison going down, though, it takes away from the Morrison versus our Truth feud. That was more likely going to be a match as well on pay-per-view. I'm not the biggest R-Truth fan, but at least this was actually a feud, like a real feud. Like, these guys, hate each other. I mean, those are the best feuds. Those are the feuds that make money. And, basically, by Morrison going down, they can't have R-Truth not going to a pay-per-view with another without a match, or basically people are just gonna forget about him, like he's just gonna be an afterthought. I mean, this is a guy that has been messing up Monday Night Raw, and being a pretty good heel. But if he doesn't have any people to fight, there's no real thing for it. The one thing that I really like about R-Truth right now is he doesn't have his theme when he comes out. That was the one thing that I really hate about him more than anything. Him coming out with no theme reminds me a lot of like Bad News Brown from back in the day. Just a big black guy that would just beat the crap out of you. I was a big fan of Bad News Brown throughout the day, and he worked a lot of house show programs with Hogan. Had a real good feud. And if you actually watch his shoot interview, like he says that Vince was gonna put the strap on it. I don't know if I believe it or not, but a guy like that, I'm not sure if there would have been money in Bad News Brown being the champ over Hogan, but hey, you never know. Vince says a lot of things to a lot of guys out there, but he actually holds it against Vince for not holding it to it and keeping his word. Um, but basically, it makes sense that you have to give our truth to over to Mysterio to break up that feud. Just for the reason this guy needs a match. The one thing that's the travesty about the whole thing is that this leaves Alberto Del Rio. I think is the future of the WB. He's a future champion. Is what they are building towards right now. Him being matchless is just crazy. He's left without anybody to fight. You can tell on Monday they don't really have any progression to go to. For some reason, they keep pumping this Lawler and Cole fight in there. Like, I don't know anybody who's actually going to be buying this pay per view to see what is going on between Lawler and Cole. This makes no sense at all why they keep running with this. I think anybody in the world would rather see a wrestler like Evan Bourne on the pay-per-view wrestle just about anybody. I mean, Evan Bourne is a guy that that's going to go out there and give you 110% no matter what's going on. He doesn't care if he's in the first match or if he's in the main event. He's going to try to steal the show, and that's the guy that you got to respect and that you wish was on TV more. More than likely, I think Alberto Del Rio is going to have another match with Kofi. I think Kofi, who's the U.S. champion right now, I think needs the pay-per-view experience. How they're going to pull this off with Kofi being the U.S. title holder and fighting Del Rio. I don't think they're gonna let Kofi go over Del Rio. I think Del Rio is a hot ticket item right now, and I don't think they're really gonna let anybody beat him. He's only lost, a couple of matches since he's been in the WWE, and I don't really see them letting him put over Kofi, just trying to get him over as the U.S. champ. Kofi wrestling Swagger on Monday, I thought that was a great match. I honestly thought that Swagger was gonna win the title. I thought that was gonna lead to a Swagger versus Lawler feud. Not that I wanted it, but I had heard that's where they were going, so I thought that's how they're paying Lawler. I apologize. I thought that's how they were paying Swagger back for this whole feud that he's been involved in. I thought that was their way of like thanking him for putting up with the crap of being paired with Michael Cole, and just a lot of people saying that it was a step down in his career, which I honestly think was just a step to get him in the limelight. Be on both shows for a long time, but I've talked about that 1.5 million times. So, Over the Limit is a pay-per-view that can be saved. I do think I'm going to miss the feud between Morrison and R-Truth, but honestly, the time off that when we finally see Morrison re-debut and beat the crap out of Truth, hopefully in the back or come into the ring, I think that's going to be a big build-up. I think Morrison's the guy that they're really going to miss on Raw. I don't like how they're breaking up the Alberto Del Rio versus Rey Mysterio feud. I thought that was going to be really good, but that's a match they could put on any other time and it'd be just as good. And I just wish the guys like Evan Bourne and Jack Swagger would get normal TV time against everybody. So let me know what you guys think about that, and check me out.